Hey there. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday. What is today? Almost the end of March. It's hard to believe the end of the first quarter of 2023. And no pun intended, but it's going out with a bang. Yet again, unfortunately, it is a solemn day, so I'm not going to be posting a gun meme in light of the shooting in Nashville. I do, however, want to share a Bible verse with you. It is Deuteronomy 22:5. A woman must not wear men's clothing, nor a man woman's clothing, for the Lord your God detests anyone who does this. I know there's a lot of information going out there, and not that I want to chime in and add my 2 cents, but I think there's much more at stake here. Scripture talks about it, and I think what we're seeing is the result of removing God from our school, our lives, every aspect of this country. It was founded on godly principles, and that's what makes America great. So I think that's at the core here. Mental illness, obviously, but again, if you don't have a standard for right and wrong, and that better, I see my computer screen glaring in my blue light glasses. When you don't have a standard of right and wrong, then it becomes suggestive, and that's where sociopaths come in. They change the laws, make the laws to accommodate them. But is there something more sinister in all of this? I hate to say it. I know they're grieving parents, family members. It's a very difficult time. But how convenient for some of those people in the administration to divert attention. We know that Satan loves to come, steal, destroy, and kill. And he likes to deflect and destroy. And I think we're seeing all of that. Yeah, there were a couple of points, and now I'm going blank. It's really tragic. Unfortunately, we're going to have to start protecting ourselves, which, of course, that's probably why they want to take away our guns, right? Because if the tyrannical government has no opposition, then there's no stopping them on what they can do. Just would like to encourage y'all to seek the Lord, trust Him to bring you peace, to comfort you in this time of loss. If you're friend, family of those in Nashville, you know somebody. They say that no two people are more than about 3 or 5 connections away from one another, or something along those lines. It's if you get a group of about 5 people, you'll find somebody that has a connection or a friend of a friend that knows one another. So it really is a small world. I think too, some of the other malice agendas of the liberal school systems really are brainwashing our children because they don't want them to reproduce. That's part of the one world government. They want to reduce the population, and they don't want critical thinkers. They want them just to go with the flow and accept what's been told. And if you tell something long enough and spew it out every which way you can, then eventually they're going to believe it as a truth, which is why they're trying to silence the truth, and they're centering everybody on social media because there's a uniformed messaging that they have, and they've done a great job at it. We need to fight back. We've got to stand up. We have to push back, which is why I'm doing this video. Yes, it'll probably get me an incognito wear, shadow banned yet again. So if you like what I'm doing, if you like American-made concealed carry clothing, Please sign up for our email list so we can stay in touch. You never know what's going to happen. Where and why in recent times has there been gender confusion? Where is this coming from? Doesn't that seem a bit odd? You know, when you think back to your childhood, if you know you grew up in the 70s, 80s, did you know anybody that was really trans? Cross-dressers? I did interior design, so yes, there were, I did know some of those. That was the high time of AIDS and that coming out. But it wasn't shoved down your throats like it is now. And I really resent that. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the woke crap, to be blunt. And I think it's time to push back. You know, I'm sorry you might be offended, but you offend me, so where's my right? It's time to fight, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't mean to instigate violence. I'm saying stand up for what's right. How you know what's right is because you have the conviction in your heart. Where does that come from? That comes from God. You are automatically born with the Spirit of Jesus in you, whether you want to believe it or not, but you have the free will to choose Him or not. God doesn't make mistakes. So you are a boy or you are a girl because that's the way God created you. And you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So embrace your Creator who created you wonderfully the way that you are. I know it can be hard to not care about what other people think about you. And kids are mean and cruel. And probably more so now than when I was a kid. But if you hold on to that truth, that you are made in your Creator's image, that you are an heir to the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, you're royalty. I mean, you're just royalty. But that's what we need to get back to. That's what gives you value. That's what gives you worth. That gives us kindness, patience, long-suffering. You know, just driving around, people used to be patient to be let into a merge lane on the highway. Now it's pretty much expected that you will let me in, fill in the blank. Nobody says thank you if you let somebody in or you let somebody cut in. So our etiquette, our manners have totally disappeared. It's time we get back to some of the basics, basic humanities, treating other people with respect, valuing human life, because we're created in God's image. So, no, this was a little long. This is not a typical thing, but my heart is saddened by the tragic event and the fact that all this evidence and one position slant of information has been released so quickly. Where's the manifesto? Why don't we get to see that? Not that I want to. This was a troubled young lady. She is a lady. She's not a boy. Has a reproductive system. Don't know what her family life was. But again, God is the answer. It's still important we have to fight for our Second Amendment rights, because without that, they can take over. And the direction they've been putting us in is not a very good one. I think that's pretty evident over the last 2 years. Gun control doesn't work. How's the drug battle going? That hadn't worked either. So, didn't work with alcohol. it doesn't work, period. Criminals, by definition, are going to get what they want regardless of the device. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you spend some time with the Lord, that we embrace the Christianity of this country, and that with that standard we treat others as we want to be treated, that we slow down, smell the roses, appreciate one another. I appreciate y'all for supporting Incognito Wear and what I'm doing. God bless. I hope you have a good day. Pray for the families of the lost. Bye-bye.